Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a little review, just kind of a quick eye look and review on my thoughts of the new Dior Backstage eye palette in Smoky Essentials. This has been out for a little bit now. It's still relatively new, but if you wanted to see how I got this look and my thoughts on the palette, then just keep watching. Hello. Just gonna preface this by saying I'm not loving my base today, and I'm also not loving my eyebrows, so they're not even and they're too dark, and we're just gonna skim right past that. So for the base, I'm wearing the Prada foundation, but for some reason I'm feeling like it's making me look old right now. I don't know. I feel like I'm the only one on this earth who isn't. I liked it when I first tried it, but now I'm not sure. I've been wearing it a couple times and I'm like, do I like it as much as like my, my regular standout foundations? Like, I don't know. Lately I've been mixing the Purito and Revlon Color Stay, and that's been giving me like the softest, smoothest looking skin. So let's just ignore. So I did mix the Prada foundation with a little bit of this because I was feeling like this is the Bronzi Anti-Pollution Sunshine Drops from Drunk Elephant. I was feeling like it was just a teeny tiny bit light, so I just wanted to give it just a tiny bit more color, so I did. I did use the Dior Backstage face and what is it? Powder No Powder, sorry. Still available on Dior website, so I'm sorry that you can't get it at Sephora, but yeah. And then for my eyelids, I just put the MAC Paint Pot in Soft Ochre. And then bronzer, I used my Chanel like big bronzer in the shade medium. Sorry if you can't get that anymore. And for blush, I think I'm gonna go in with Rosewood. So this is the Dior Rosewood shade. And I'm not sure what brush I want to use. Let's go in with, this is just some random, I think, crown brush. Sorry, there's a little fluff on it here. So let's just go in here. I think this will be best paired with this eyeshadow palette. Like, are you guys over this? I'm sorry, this took me a while to... I wasn't like super in love with it when I first saw it, but then I saw some creators use it and I was like, okay, it's pretty. So I ended up picking it up. Still waiting in Canada for the Chanel Spring collection, which I think is so strange. Usually they'll either drop at the same time or Canada usually gets stuff first. So I don't understand what's going on, what the holdup is here, but yeah. So I'm just kind of really putting a decent amount here so you can actually see it. But I did order a few things. I have the Caliray blush coming in the shade light pink. I also have the YSL bronzer. I got the shade 1 and I'm scared. I wanted 2. There was a whole debacle with Selfridges. I don't know if anybody else has noticed this, but I got the, like, you pay extra for global shipping and then you're supposed to get shipping for free after that. Well, I'll tell you what, you better check your email carefully because I got an email saying no minimum spend, like straight up, big bold letters, no minimum spend. And then I tried to order the YSL bronzer. I had number 2 in my cart. There was like 1 left. And then all of a sudden they're like, $55 for shipping, please. And I'm like, no, what? And then I spent probably half an hour talking to Selfridge's employee in the chat, and I was not happy. I was being nice, but I'm like, listen, I'm like, my email says no minimum spend, and now when I look at my why do I want to say portfolio? My profile, then it's showing minimum spend of $130. I'm like, why would I pay for this and then have to spend $130 every single time? I'm like, this is actually kind of crazy. And then he's like, well, if you read here, you accepted the terms. And I'm like, okay, I get that. I'm like, I didn't even open it because I was just annoyed, because that's not what I understood from, and maybe that's my fault, but the fact that my email says these are the benefits of having the Selfridge's global shipping thing, the fact that it says no minimum spend in that email to me, because he's like, oh, well, that's for UK people. I'm like, well, I put that I live in Canada, so it says nowhere in the UK. It said like free shipping within the UK, blah, blah, blah. And then it said like everything that was for the UK, it said UK beside it. This just said no minimum spend. It didn't say UK. It said nothing. And so he's like, oh, okay, yeah, now I see how that could be misleading. I'm like, you think? Anyways, this is the, I'm sorry. I was like not raging on him because I know it's not his fault. He has nothing to do with it. He's not a manager or anything. But I was definitely feeling a little Karen, and I'm like, well, can I talk to a manager, because I feel like this is super misleading. And I'm like, I either want to cancel it because there's no way I'm going to spend $130 every single time, or I want some kind of discount. Like, I don't know. I just felt like, do you agree? How do you feel about that? I know I sound kind of like bad in this, but I don't know. I was just like, this is totally misleading. So yeah, definitely check your email, because, so she wrote me back. I'm gonna go in with this shade here. So I'm sorry, this is the Smoky Essentials palette, and I'm going in with Soft Rose, which is considered a satin first. But yeah, I don't know. What would you say about that? I just felt like, yes, definitely felt misleaded for sure. Because don't write one thing and then have it be another. I don't know. It was just kind of crazy to me. So that was kind of annoying. But I did get an email from the supervisor, and she's like, we can cancel it. I'm just going to go in with this shade too, just kind of back and forth between the two. She's like, we can cancel it if you want, even though like you've used it. Because I used it for my Prada stuff. And then she's like, even though you've used it, we can go ahead and cancel it if you want, or we could give you like a 10-pound voucher or something to use. But like, I don't know. I don't know what to do. Should I keep it? I don't know. The only reason I like it is because a lot of stuff goes on Selfridges that isn't available in Canada for like a really long time, and I do think that is beneficial, obviously, if you have a YouTube channel. I mean, I don't have like a huge platform or anything, but it is nice to be able to review things for people sooner than later. But I don't know. That was just a whole mess. So I wanted to do this one all over the lid, but now I'm wondering if I should do this and then this. I still kind of feel like I want to go in with that dark shade, so let's do that. Let's use, I don't know which brush. I'm just gonna go in with like a little blending brush. And this one has like teeny tiny little sparkles in it. I really should be using a flat packing brush, but yeah, I'm gonna switch because this isn't working well. And keep in mind, these shadows aren't gonna be, I know, you know, everybody's probably said this a bajillion times, but these shadows aren't gonna be super highly pigmented. I think we all know this by now with Dior, that these Backstage shadows are kind of like Chanel shadows in the fact that they don't give a ton of impact. I mean, if you go in with your finger, I tried it yesterday with my finger, and it does actually provide quite a bit of pigment, but these ones are actually quite pigmented too, these bottom matte shades. But yeah, you're just not going to get the same kind of look that you would get with, you know, Natasha Denona, Pat McGrath, etc. But anyways, yeah, Selfridges, what the heck, dude. Also, still waiting for, it looks like Dior, we dropped all the same stuff as the US. Like we got the, there's like a glow for the face, and then there's a highlight that you can buy as well, the liquid highlights. We got all of that at the same time, but for some reason they got the limited edition bronzers, but we didn't get them. And I'm like, why do they do this? Like, why can't it just be at the same time? I don't get it. Just going back in with that first shade that I used, just to kind of blend it out just a tiny bit here. And looks kind of patchy on my camera, but in person it doesn't look as patchy. So I'm just gonna go in with this little blending brush and kind of get more into the crease, I think. Is that a little bit better? Okay, and then I want to go in with this kind of goldy shade. And I'm going to go in with my finger for that one. So that's what it looks like. And I'm just putting that right in the middle of the lid. That's pretty. It's like a goldy bronzy shade. I don't know, this happens all the time. Every time I'm doing a video, for some weird reason, it looks like I have patchiness right here, but I have like teeny tiny little brow hairs, even though I thought I tweezed them, that make it look on camera like I have eyeshadow patchiness, but it's not. It's so weird. Anyway, I'm gonna go back in with that, or I'm gonna go in with this kind of like rosy, that deeper kind of rosy shade, and maybe just try to blend this just the teeniest bit more. I didn't really want to do like any kind of purple, but I feel like it's kind of hard to avoid with the palette. Like I wanted to do basically just like that deeper kind of grayish color. I think I'm gonna go in with the black on the outer corner and see what we get with the black. And do kind of like a smudgy kind of wing. The black is quite pigmented. That's pretty. I never pay attention to what they say on the back when they say like shimmer, metal, matte. They all feel like kind of soft satins to me. There is a tiny bit of shimmer in that one shade, that darker shade, but I feel like once you kind of blend it, it just kind of blends away. But just going in with a little more of that kind of bronzy shade, and take a tiny little brush like that and go back in with the black and just go right along the lash line with that. I still think my favorite Backstage eyeshadow that I have to date is the Khaki Neutrals. Can you still get that? I know it was limited, but I'm not sure if you can still get it or not. I think this is pretty. I wish I had just like a teeny tiny bit more sparkle. Like I wish this one had just a touch of glitter in it, because I feel like that's what I feel like I'm lacking a little bit, is just like a little, you know, a little something. Because even though the Chanel ones are usually like quite subdued, I feel like there's always just like a little topper shade that you can kind of give it that extra oomph. I'm gonna go in with that pearly like white shade. I think it is called Pearl, yeah. And we'll go in the inner corner with that shade. And in the crease, I just kind of mixed these two again. That's what I just did before this. And I think we're gonna go on the lower lash line with maybe this guy. Is that one in the middle? I don't think I've used that one yet. I feel like with this one, you could kind of do like a nice smoky wedding look too. Maybe I could do like another look with it, with like a more wedding type look. And I'm going to go in with a liner. This is Black Market by Urban Decay. Oof, needs to sharpen, I think. Okay, so I'm gonna just do my other eye and I will come back once I have my mascara on. Okay, so that's with the mascara on. My issue with this is I feel like I put about 5 different colors on and I feel like they've all just kind of meshed into one. You know what I mean? Maybe it's because there's not enough difference in the textures of the shadows. Like I feel like because they're all kind of like that satin texture, that it just kind of all like muddies together. Not that I don't like the look. I feel like it came out nice, but you're probably not going to get too much of a different look if you use any of the other colors. I don't know. We'll maybe do another look with it. I'm not sure. Do I think I needed it? No. Oh, look what I just did. I had eyeshadow on my finger. Oh no. And I have the driest lips of all time. It's okay. We'll fix that in 1 second. I'm like, why do I look like I have a black lip? Okay. So I think this is just the NYX Nude Truffle. So apparently one of my friends told me the Nude Truffle also changed. That's disappointing. I mean, I don't mind the color that it is now because I didn't know the color that it previously was, but like, why are they doing this? It's strange. Okay, let's go in with, I don't know what to use. Let's go in with maybe where is it? I don't know. There it is. This is Kim KW, Charlotte Tilbury, and I'm going to mix it with a couple shades here, so. I like this one because it's moisturizing. I wish I could wear this color on its own, but I feel like it's a little too peachy, so I have to mix it. Going in with Haze now. These are both more like moisturizing lipsticks for sure. Like they kind of appear, I was gonna say matte. I guess they're not really matte. You can see the shine. And then maybe I'll go over with a tiny bit of Love Love. This is just a little bit cooler. I feel like that definitely helped. And then I'm just going to just kind of mesh that in a little bit better. How many times did I say mesh in this video already? Okay, I think that is better. And do I need more blush? What do you think? Probably not. So what do you think about this eye look? What do you think about this palette? I do, like I said, I do think it's nice. I feel like the look came out nice, but I feel like I'm missing different textures. Like you see, they all look like they have, this one is the only one that has kind of like a sparkle to it, but then it just disappears anytime you like, it's just a very light, sorry, my fingers are full of eyeshadow, but it's just a very light sparkle, and I feel like that's the only one that has a sparkle to it. I wish this one was like a sparkly topper with that like bronzy look to it. But I feel like these will be nice, the matte shades with like, you know, like the lighter shades on top. So maybe we'll do something like that if you wanted to see another look, but I did just want to try kind of a more smoky look because I feel like I don't do like a ton of smoky. Well, I guess I kind of do, but I don't normally do like the lower lash line a lot. I usually kind of keep it blank there and then just do kind of like my smokiness on the top. So let me know what you think. Let me know if you want to see another look. If you do, we can definitely do that. But yeah, this is the Dior Backstage Smoky Essentials in number 2. I do just want to show you what I mean with the, sorry, my hair is probably an absolute mess. I just couldn't be bothered doing my hair today. I was like, I am not feeling it. Kind of have a headache and I'm just like, meh. You know, when you're just feeling meh. So this is the khaki neutrals. Like, it's just so good. Like, this one is a sparkle. You see, it's got like little kind of glittery particles to it. I'm sorry, my hand is so dry. Do you see what I mean? Like, there's just a little more something to it. Like, this is more matte. This is more of a satin. This is like kind of a bronzy tone. I just feel like there's a little bit more to it. And I do kind of miss that they used to have these primers, because I actually do feel like the primers work quite well. So in my opinion, this is my favorite Dior Backstage, but this is still beautiful. I don't, like I said, I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I like it, but I'm just not like absolutely in love. I feel like this is actually probably a color story my mom would really, really like. So who knows? Maybe I'll end up, if I don't use it very much, then maybe I'll end up gifting it to her. So yeah, let me know what you think. And my next video will probably be using the, I'm not sure, it'll be either the Guerlain blush or the Patrick Ta blush, and hopefully the YSL bronzer. I don't know, hasn't dispatched yet, but hopefully, we'll see. So I can't make any promises. I also have a comfort makeup video. Maybe I'll put that out midweek and then get my other video out next week. So thank you so much for watching, and I love ya. Bye. Okay, I'm back quickly. I just noticed I had a tiny bit of fallout under the one eye, but not the other. So I think that was just like a me problem. Still hating the brows. They're just too harsh. But actually, I feel like I was looking at the skin in the mirror, and I don't hate the foundation. I clearly am indecisive about everything, but I feel like in my mirror in the bathroom, it doesn't look great, but it looks way better in my bedroom. So I don't know. And this is in direct sunlight, so I feel like if it looks good in sunlight, then I feel like it's good. So I will have to wear this more and give you my thoughts later on, and maybe a different review. Like maybe I'll do a review of everything I've purchased through the month and let you know then how I feel about it. But again, the eyeshadow is actually looking quite nice right now. But again, I just wish there was just one different texture, maybe just a little glitter just to add on top, but I do feel like it is looking nice, so I really can't complain. There you have it. I'm the worst. I'm sorry. I love you. Please subscribe if you're not subscribed already, and we'll talk soon.